Well, it is my end of day one, and I thought I'd better vlog this because I feel lousy. But I mostly feel emotionally really awful. It is yeah. Emotionally, I feel lousy. And I've mostly come to bed to get out of everybody's way because I don't want to inflict my bad mood on everybody. So it's just easier if I just console myself and go to bed. I am going to have to look at the fats situation because the taste of the fat in the meat, in the brisket, it was like, I did eat. I have obviously eaten today. I ate what I consider to be enough. It was a mix between being not quite full and just feeling nauseous because of the taste of the fat. I would honestly rather get a slightly leaner cut of meat and smother it with butter because that would taste better to me. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look into some things. But at least I'm vlogging, so yeah. Day one. Emotionally, I'm not doing too good. Woke up a few times during the night because I needed to wee. Didn't miss that, but that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just rethinking how I'm going to be eating meat because the taste of animal fat or too much of it, that just isn't going to work for me. I would rather do what I've done with my all I want this morning is just scrambled egg with a ton of butter. I would rather get my fats, for the most part, from the flavor of butter. I know that I need the animal fats, but I'm happy to make bone broth as well. I don't mind. I've never minded, like, on like lamb chops or a pork chop or on a T-bone or something. When you fry it and that animal fat on those chops just get crispy enough and they just have that taste. Now, I don't mind eating that. But the brisket that I made is not for the faint of heart because there was just so much fat. No, not doing that. Not doing it. So I'd rather keep, for the moment, I don't want meat right now, but I am making sure that I'm having some protein. I'm having eggs. I've got about 5 eggs here, just the eggs. It's literally just eggs and butter, and that's what I want for breakfast. And it's so nice to sit outside and have breakfast because usually I'm having toast sitting in the kitchen eating 4 pieces of toast. And I don't come out here for at least another 45 minutes or so. So yeah, I decided to come straight outside and have my breakfast out here. Nice. Another little insert. Question. Just asking. Is it normal to feel a little nauseous after the fat? Like, okay, so I had the scrambled egg and I had just a bit too much. I might have to ease into the fat part of this thing because, yeah, I don't like feeling nauseous. I'm about to have my second coffee of the day and I've ordered some Alka-Seltzer because, damn. Hi, the mad hair you get for free. You're welcome. I just had a T-bone. Oh, that's perked me up no end. Oh, that tasted so good. And I I fried it in unsalted butter. I also put unsalted butter on it.
and I put some of my light salt on it that's got the potassium in it. And it's when I was putting it on, and I was like, no, it needs more salt, more salt, more salt. I needed that, you know, that kick of that salt. So that's telling me tomorrow I'm going to start increasing the salt. I feel so much better. Honestly, I have felt pretty bad today. It's Tuesday, so it's only the second day. I've just felt like gripey. I think it's just all part of it. You know, suddenly there's this intake of meat and steak and fat, and it's like my body's going, excuse me, you're doing what now? And, you know, I've been off and on diets for, well, I'm 56, so wasn't always fat. Went to boarding school when I was about 8. And okay, so let's just say for 50 years, give or take, for 50 years I've been off and on diets. That's a good chunk of my life. Just gotta put a win in the column this time round. Dang. My husband bought me these. I saw somebody say that these are okay to have. I probably only limit myself to having like one per day, if that. If I felt I really needed that fizzy sort of, you know, that fizzy kick that you get from those sugary drinks. I don't drink the sugary drinks. I usually drink the diet, like Pepsi Max or the Diet Right stuff, but I've even stopped drinking that because I'm not entirely sure of the additives and stuff. But by all accounts, these are approved, and I'm happy that they're approved. I saw this, Laura Spath was the one who did a video on approved drinks, and this was on the side of the yes side of the table. So I'm like, right, that's good enough for me. It's not what you would expect. It's like mineral water, but it's got like a lime flavor to it. But it's not overpowering, but it's enough. Do you know what I mean? It's enough. I feel so much better after that steak. I've put the other brisket on in the oven. I'm not slow cooking a brisket ever again. No. I'd rather have meat I can cut up with a knife. Thank you. Like I said, the mad hair you get for free. You're welcome. I'm feeling so much better after having that steak. It's just perked me up. My husband bought me a T-bone steak, and he bought me a little piece of rump steak. I'm going to look into some other cuts because obviously that's financially not sustainable. But I also don't want to have mince all the time either. And I really don't want to fall into I really want to keep it as, like I know I can have sour cream, but I'd rather not just for that first week. I know I can have cheese as long as I treat it like a condiment, but I'd rather not for that first week. There's a lot of things I know that I can have, but I'd rather not for just a little bit because I love my coffee. I've had 2 cups. Yesterday I had 3. Today I've only had 2. And I would like to try and keep it so that the carbs I have are mostly in that cream. I've swapped from the Costco cream over to, there's a line of supermarkets up here called Fresh and Save, and per 100 mils, their cream is like 2.6 grams of carbs, whereas the Costco one, can't remember the name of it now, forgive me, that was like 3.3. I know it's nothing much, but I just want to try and keep those carbs down. And if the only carbs I'm having is in that little bit of luxury of a coffee that I really enjoy, then I'm happy to make that sacrifice of not having sour cream for a bit, not having cheese for a bit, and all those other things I know I can have, but I would just rather not. Just for that first week, I just need to. Oh, my belly is actually saying, thank you. That steak was so good. I might actually go to bed not feeling like a wreck. Last night, I was not good. Emotionally, not good at all. But, you know, here I am, day 2. Just rinse and repeat. It's just like, keep going. Just keep going, keep going. Like, I know for tomorrow, I'm not going to have scrambled eggs made out of 5 eggs. I'm going to have 4. 5 was a bit much for me. So 4 will be adequate sufficiency. You'd think that probably 1 steak wouldn't be enough, but I'm not full. I'm not still hungry. I'm just that happy medium. I'm like, that is enough for me. I'm happy to, that's more than enough. I know some can sit down and eat 2 steaks, but honestly, that 1 steak was enough for me. And if that I probably won't eat now again until it's, about 8 o'clock in the evening here. I probably won't eat again now until midday tomorrow. And a lot of that will be sleeping as well. So I know it'll sustain me because I know that's how I've been eating. You know, I haven't been eating until midday, have dinner around 8 o'clock. I mean, okay, granted, it's been rubbish, but I'm already used to that. So I'm going to be, from now, apart from this bubbly drink, I'm basically going to be fasting, you know? So I'm good with it. Just keep going. Just keep going. I'll just keep doing me and doing what I do. And when in doubt, have steak. When in doubt, just have steak. Oh, I feel much better tonight.
Okay, quick video. It is about 1:10 in the morning. And I've just cut up the brisket that I put in the oven. It's come out really beautifully, by the way. Brisket, oven, slow cooker. No, not for me. It may work for other people, don't work for me. But here's the funny thing. Usually by about this hour, I'm tired. What's going on? It's only the end of day 2. Why am I not usually, I'm usually knackered by this part of the day because of all the pain that I live with. Is the pain less? Not yet. But I'm usually quite tired. What's going on? I have a theory. I think I know why people become a little bit more active after they start, well, pretty much any diet or lifestyle change, but in particular this one, the carnivore. I think I know why the activity increases. Because we're up and down like yo-yos, whittling. Oh my God. I can't recall whittling quite as much as I have this time. Been on a few diets, quite a few. But oh my goodness me. I'm doing nothing but pee. I don't mind it during the day. I do have a problem with it interrupting my sleep. I do have a problem with that because I love my sleep. I need my sleep. So I have to work that one out. But yeah, that's why we get active, ladies and gentlemen. It's because we're up and down to the toilet doing wee-wees. Dinner was really yummy. I had a rump steak. I'll probably put a photograph in there. I'm taking photographs of everything I eat. Yeah, tomorrow I'm thinking I might sort of get some chicken breasts. I'm not really big on legs and wings and thighs. That's just how it is. I prefer the breast. And now I know that's not as fatty. I do know that. But I can do something with it. It's called butter. So what I'm thinking of doing is searing the chicken in a fry pan. And then I might
bake the chicken in some butter and maybe some like garlic powder, because I think I can have that. I'll have to double check, but pretty sure I can. But yeah, I think that would do me the world of good. This is on the tail end of day 3. I can feel my body temperature is changing. It is definitely changing. I'm weeing a lot. But there are no signs of keto flu yet. I've been on a ketogenic diet, so I know what keto flu is like. I don't know. I don't have any of those. For me, it presents like a cold, like I've got flu, but there's a difference between having a normal cold and flu. Okay, flu is when you're in bed and you can't move. That's what I think flu is. But for me, it's kind of like just having a cold. Like, you know, you've got stuffed sinuses, you know, and you just feel like you've got a cold. But I've got none of those symptoms appearing yet. I seem to recall that when I went on the ketogenic diet years ago, the keto flu hit me pretty damn quickly. But yeah, I'm not seeing that this time. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I am being mindful of my electrolytes. Maybe, I don't know. I am going to probably have to invest in, you know, those little sticks that you can test with your urine, because I feel like I'm getting into ketosis. I know that may sound very strange to say, but I would like to have that visual confirmation that, yeah, everything is working as it should. So, yeah, that's it for now. It's the end of day 3, and I'm just going to chill now and just relax and maybe drink a little bit more water, not too much, because I don't want to be up all night weeing. So it's a problem because it wakes me up, and I don't like my sleep being interrupted, but, you know, eventually I suppose it'll just settle down a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. No idea. So, yeah, that's my little vlog for today.
Hello. Yeah, I'm not big on eating breakfast. I can honestly see, like, I have something small, like I had 4 pieces of brisket and I found it quite chewy, and that's okay. That's okay because it's cold. But I put some salt and butter on it. I've also, yesterday I did it, but I've done it again today. Some water with a 1/4 teaspoon of, oh yeah, I'll show you. This, which is, the English, sorry, my eyesight, contains potassium chloride, sodium chloride. Oh, I'm going to have to be careful of that one. It's got anti-caking agent in it. Might have to do some research into whether others like this actually have anti-caking agent. That's the, yeah, got to be careful of fillers like that because you just don't know what you're getting. Like they put the anti-caking agent on the outside of pre-shredded cheese, and it is like, in the last 10 years, I can count on one hand the amount of pre-grated cheese we've had. And after you've not had it for a while and you've grated your own cheese for quite some time, you've made that effort, you can definitely tell the difference in the gut because you feel bloated. Yet, even places like Pizza Hut, Domino's, and all those other places, the pre-grated cheese, it's all got anti-caking agents on it. So, yeah, and I have seen quite a few carnivore videos that have said, be careful with that. If it gives you bloating, try and get rid of it. So, might have to look at, see where I can get, everybody's going on about the Redmonds, but I am not aware that you can get it here. But we do have Costco here, so there's a good possibility we might be able to get Redmonds, maybe. But, you know, easy enough to see what other light salts there are. So I've been doing that because I've been noticing that when I do have my meals, I'm like, salt, salt, I need salt. So very quickly my body is trying to tell me, yeah, all the other electrolytes are fine. But obviously I need to think about taking potassium and the sodium every day. Plus I need the potassium. Everybody does. So yeah, I'm happy with the smallish breakfast. And I can usually go right through till dinner with maybe just a coffee, an extra coffee, and that's it. I'm happy with that. If my biggest meal is dinner and it sees me right through until the next morning, I'm good with it. Really, I'm good with it. Right, so probably noticed my outfit has changed. Okay, I'm just going to put a little trigger warning in here. Just a little one. Because I'm about to talk about the sort of things that nobody really wants to talk about. But in the interests of clarity, full disclosure, if one is going to report what one goes through in a week, the first week of a carnivore diet, then I just figure that one needs to be as honest as possible. So, trigger warning right now. My advice to you, do not trust a fart or a toot. Straight up, just don't. Splashing diarrhea. Oh. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't trust a fart. Because it's not good. But it is part of the process. If you get to this point, you know something's going on. And you know that your body's doing what it should be doing. The body is a very clever thing indeed. So trust the process. Mind you, having said that, I don't know if this is because of the increased movement, because of all the pissing I'm doing. And I'm not willing to say for sure yet, but the daily pain that I live with in my legs is just a little bit less. Just a tiny bit. It's enough that I would notice. If you live with a lot of pain, ladies and gentlemen, you know who you are. If you have lived with a lot of pain all day and you suddenly change your eating habits, right, you're going to notice if it lessens. You just will. You'd have to be really out of touch with your own body to not notice. But, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's because of the increased activity of to-ing and fro-ing, going to the loo for wee-wees, tinkles. But I will get back to you on the experiments of that one. And I will let you know. But I've noticed today, yeah, the pain is just a teensy bit less. So I thought I'd report in. It is the end of the 4th day. Well, pretty much. By end, I mean I'm not eating anymore. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a cry. I think in another video, I might explain to you why I'm crying. I'm not crying for what you think. Long story short, my mother was an opera singer. And one of the other side gigs that I've got is my father recorded everything she sang, and my monumental task of transferring like a couple of thousand audio cassettes and a number of videos and stuff like that. So long story short, I was just watching something of my mum's
and made me a bit cryy, maybe a bit teary. It was, yes, but not because I'm sad she's not here anymore, but, you know, just one of those little moments. It's all the music and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I thought I'd just report in. I've done some various little testings today in terms of the pain that I usually, the pain that I've had in my legs that has led me to using this darn thing. I thought this morning that, pain's less. What's going on there? 4 days? But anyway, I thought, okay, we'll have to do some testing here. Now, I have actually stated that one of the things that I think that gets you more active is the fact that you're on the toilet doing tinkles an awful lot in the first week. So your movement is actually increased. Well, mine has increased because of all the times I have to go tinkles. So there's that. But one of the things that used to cause me quite a bit of pain is if I sat down for a very long period of time. That whole sort of getting up again, be like, oh. So this morning, after I'd been to the loo, I made sure to sit down here for at least a couple of hours just to give it a fair test, if you like. And I got up. Now, even though the pain was still there, it was just slightly less. So I don't quite know how that works, that pain I've been living with for how many years? If I've got to think about it, then it must be a while. Well, I've been up here for nearly 3 years and I've had the pain since then. Prior to then, yeah, if I've got to think about it, we're talking maybe 5+ years that I've been living with this pain in my legs. I don't quite understand how after 4 days one would feel just a little bit less pain. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's enough for me to go, okay, that's less pain. So, yeah. I don't know what to say, except I can't wait for tomorrow. See what happens then. My husband went shopping today. He got this massive rolled pork roast thing from Costco for like 40 Australian dollars. I managed to cut it up into 3 separate roasts that I would do. I mean, the thing was huge. It was like half a pig. He also got me some chuck steak as well, some chuck cuts. And, you know, I sent him along and, you know, thinking everybody's been saying that chuck is cheapest. Funnily enough, he said that at Costco, the rump was cheaper. He said, I would have got you that. Unfortunately, there wasn't any. And I said, yes, because it was cheaper. So, really weird. In the States, it seems to be a very cheap cut. But here, not so much. Weird. I want to try, and next week, I think Monday, is going to be my project for making bone broth. So, because, yeah, I want to actually cook those bones for a good 2 days to get all that goodness out, because that bone broth with some, you know, beef mince fried in butter, add that to some bone broth and I've got myself a soup that's going to fill me good. I can see that being a very, very easy go-to soup for the winter, I'm just saying. So I had some chicken tonight. I just basically got 2 breasts of chicken and I fried that in some butter until it just caught, and added some garlic powder and some salt, and that was enough. That was more than enough for me. I have cut up the chuck into what I would consider to be a decent meal. It's quite thick. It's like an inch and a half thick. So yeah, it's going to be a decent meal for me. I might have a chuck steak tomorrow, actually. And he got some hamburger minces. I've actually put some into made some hamburger patties. I wouldn't mind actually frying up some hamburger patties tomorrow for breakfast, if I'm being honest. I want to see what happens when I have 2 of those and a fried egg. Curious. So yeah, that's basically it for the day. Can't complain. Not really. Roll on Friday. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Greetings. Well, here we are on Friday. I definitely can confirm there is less pain in my knees. I pushed myself to the limit yesterday of all those things that would cause me pain. Sitting down for long periods of time. Did that. Got up. It's like there is significantly less pain in my knees. That's after 4 days. 4 days of eliminating everything else except for meat. 4 days. I expected maybe within a couple of weeks or maybe a month, but to feel slightly less pain within 4 days when I've lived with it for years, I don't get it. You're probably wondering what's going on in the background. I am frying hamburgers for my first meal of the day. I've got 4 little patties here that I made. I'm going to make them, and I'm going to have maybe an egg. The plan is to have 2 and a fried egg. I don't feel like bacon. I know, right? But the plan is to have 2, and I'll fry 2 eggs as well. If I only have 2 and a fried egg today, then I've got 2 hamburger patties and a fried egg for tomorrow. Honestly, I just don't normally make stuff like this, especially for the first meal. It's like, yeah, it does take some getting used to, but it doesn't. It's just weird because you're eating meat for your first meal. But anyway, that's not what I normally have. It's just weird. And here I am sitting right next to the evil bread. I have no desire to have any of it, which is really weird. I'm even looking at the jar of peanut butter and I'm like, I don't want it. Small price to pay when you're not in much pain. Not in as much pain. Hi everyone, I just thought I'd do a little bit of a vlog for today. Feeling weird today. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. I just feel like, lethargic. It's really weird. I don't feel cloudy-headed. Pain in the knees is still less. It hasn't progressed beyond that, but that's okay. I just feel, I don't know whether this is keto flu or not. I'm not sure. I've actually got my husband to get me those little strips that you do tinkles on. Because I'm really curious to see if I'm in ketosis or not. Very curious to see. I just feel, like my head feels, just like everything's like pushing down on my head. I am drinking water. I've been mindful of my electrolytes. Yeah, I just feel, sluggish. Yeah, sluggish. Like, I just don't want to talk to anybody. Just want everybody to leave me alone. I'm not miserable. I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just feeling, I've had my breakfast, 2 hamburger patties and an egg seems to be the sweet spot. Although I can actually see a point where 2 eggs and a couple of pieces of bacon, like carnivorous me, I was looking at that as her breakfast going, that's not a lot. But then this morning when I went to have my 2 patties and an egg, I'm like, I got through the first patty and I'm like, I'm getting full. What the hell? So I'm now starting to think, yeah, maybe the 2 eggs and a couple of pieces of bacon is enough for a first meal of the day. So, yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. I just feel, but I'm not in a bad mood. Yeah, I'm not in a bad mood at all. I'm just feeling sluggish. It's the first week, and I mean, the reason why I'm doing these little snippets is that I want people to see what I have gone through in the first week, hoping that it'll be helpful. In terms of keto flu, if I was going to pick any kind of symptom of that, it's today feeling sluggish and like my eyes are weepy and puffy, and I guess that's just my body detoxing, hey? Who knows? Oh, it's the last check-in for day 6. Thank God I'm done with my day's eating. I'm stuffed. Okay, so I had, this is all a learning experience. So I had chuck steak for dinner. I pan-fried it. It was nice, not gonna lie, but I know that stuff needs to be seared and then baked in the oven. You live and learn. That's fine. I'm now sort of thinking about what chuck steak would be like when it just pulls apart in bone broth. Yummy! Yeah, that sounds like a winner to me. I've had 3 cups of coffee today. I've struggled with just feeling and I just think that's part of it. I've also noticed that my skin is like greasy today, like really, really greasy today. So yeah, I've got to just wipe it. I've got like a bottle of water here, and I'm just wiping my face down whenever it just gets unbearable. Other than that, I'm on my second bubbly. Really enjoying these. Really, really enjoying these. Have not touched Pepsi Max or the Diet Right stuff. Haven't touched I'm still on the monk fruit for my coffees. Yeah, honestly, it is, I've made some big changes, and the less pain in my knees that I had from day 4 is still about the same. So that's okay. That's fine. As long as it doesn't get any worse. Okay, no more worse, please. Because I'm doing everything I can to not have the worse again. You know? I think that I've kind of lost some weight in the face. I don't know, you might have to go back to the first video that's at the end of day 1. And I don't know, but my face just looks like here. And the cheeks here. See that little dimply bit? Yeah, there's something going on. And I can feel it like here as well. It always... Why? Why does it always start at the weight loss, the visible weight loss? always happens. Starts at the top, goes down, and then it stops at the hips. Rude. But yeah, I'm doing all right, you know, just doing my thing. I mean, I haven't even thought of breakfast. I'm thinking about, oh, what am I going to have for breakfast tomorrow? Haven't even thought that far ahead. Okay, so let's think about it. I might just I'm going to go and take a leaf out of Carnivorous Me's books. I'm going to have a couple of fried eggs and a couple of pieces of bacon for breakfast tomorrow. I think that might just do the trick. Nice and simple. I don't feel like eating, like bacon to me is not a heavy. I know this might sound strange, but when you go against things like steak and mince, beef mince and things like that, bacon seems to be the lighter meat. Does that make any sense? Not sure if that makes any sense to anybody, but anyway. So yeah, I think bacon and eggs would be a really good thing to have in the morning. Other than that, I think I'm just going to let this day go, and I'm just going to relax for the rest of the evening and chill out, and yeah, just chill until tomorrow. And then tomorrow will be the 7th day. And then of course on Monday, tomorrow being Sunday, and then on Monday we've got the weigh-in and the measurements and stuff like that. So I'm so looking forward to weighing in. I hope my husband's got those ketone strips, because I really want to see if I'm in ketosis. Something's telling me I am, because something going on, but I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Really, apart from anything else, in terms of a lifestyle change where your food is concerned, you ain't going to get more simple than this. You just aren't. It is about as simple as it gets. And I like simple. At the age of 56 and 50 odd years, sort of, maybe 45 years worth of dieting, I think I've earned simple. I mean, you could sort of think, well, you know what, you put yourself in this position. Yeah, of course I did. I own it. No one else is responsible for putting that food in my mouth except me. I take full responsibility for it. But I still think that at my age, I'm entitled to a bit of simple where food preparation is concerned. It's not to say that later on down the track, you know, when I'm in maintenance, whenever that is, that I can't introduce these things on a... we'll just see. I mean, it might be that I can't, because, I mean, I may just stay clear of those things like the oxalates and lectins, whatever aggravates the inflamed joints and stuff like that. I may have to stay away from those for the rest of my life. Not complaining. Small price to pay, if you ask me. I'm good with it. Really, I'm good with it. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I want to try and sort of condense my little vloggies into one video now, because if I continue to do this, I'm happy to do that, to document what I go through, especially in these early stages. I think it's important for, you know, if people want to know, okay, so this is what one person went through, I wonder what they went through. Then at least if you've got like a vlog of what you've gone through, then it's just there for people to refer to. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I am not editing these videos at all. There's a very good reason for that, because I know that I suffer from long pauses in my speech. That's my brain just trying to catch up with my mouth, and it's like that fog, you know, and I know that at some point that sort of fog is just going to go pew, and it's going to be brrr, and I just want to document that, and I just want to make sure that I accurately document that. So
Forgive the long pauses, forgive the brain fog, but there's a reason why I'm doing it. I want it in that as a representation of what this brain fog looks like. It's going to be different for everybody. Mine is just those really long pauses when I'm like, So I need to see how that changes over time, and I would like other people to see how that changes over time. So, long pauses it is. Anyway, I'm going to go. I will probably do another vlog tomorrow, and it'll be coming up in just a few seconds.
Greetings. Yeah, the mad hair you get for free. Cooking bacon and eggs. Oh, I'm baking the bacon because I only feel like getting spat at by the eggs today, not two things. Because I've been frying food and I keep on getting spat at. Okay. I am, in terms of sluggish, worse than yesterday. This has to be keto flu. Just a different version of it because my sinuses at the back are a little bit iffy. Sort of like the phlegmy and stuff. And it's like, yeah. So my husband has definitely gone to get the ketone strips today. So we'll find out for sure if I am in ketosis. I'd be really bloody surprised if I'm not, because I'm just like feeling icky. Not like sick, just really, really lethargic. I mean, if I had my way, I would just lock myself away and just not talk to anyone today. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. And it's not that I don't love people here. I mean, I've got my kids and my husband. I love them desperately. But I just don't want to communicate with anybody today. It's like, oh, just go away, leave me alone, please, or I'm going to go mad. I think I'm going to have to put headphones on today to shut the world out, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm just feeling sluggish, which is making me feel low. I know there's tons going on in my body right now. My poor body's going, what are you doing to me now? So I know that the body is extremely intelligent, more intelligent than I consciously am, and it will just catch up. But in the meantime, see, I'm froggy and icky and Oh, that's all right. We'll get there. Oh, I don't give a damn. I'm pushing through this. I'm pushing through it if it kills me, because I know it'll be worth it in the end. Yeah, I'm definitely at the back of the throat. Yeah, that's it for now. I think I'll report in later if there is anything to report. But I am having bacon and eggs for breakfast. Couple of eggs, couple of pieces of bacon. And for dinner, I am going to... My husband's gone out, obviously, to get the ketone strips. And I am going to roast a great big leg of pork. And you know what? I'm not cooking any vegetables for the rest of the family either. If they want vegetables, they can cook them themselves. Well, I've just had dinner. I had some roast pork. Oh, golly gosh. Now I know where my limit is, and now I know what they say, eat until you are full. I know what full is. And it was all but one bite. But I thought, no, I'm not going to eat it. I'm full. I'm full enough. I've had enough. The roast pork was delicious. So I'm going to end this very lengthy vlog of a week's worth of traveling through the carnivore lifestyle and all that it encompasses, the tears, and although there's only been tears on the first night, all the food, and it's still a learning curve. And I'm good with it. I think I found my happy place where food is concerned. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, you really are not going to get any more simpler than just meat. And I'm good with it. I'm looking forward to my weigh-in tomorrow. I'll probably release this week's worth of a vlog after the video, the weigh-in video. So you'll see that before you see this. But yeah, I'm a week on it and I feel okay. I started as sort of the sluggishness sort of lifted sometime this afternoon. I can't even remember when. It just lifted and just felt better. Maybe it was the eggs and the bacon. I don't know. Maybe it might have been the eggs. Who knows? But yeah, here's to the next week, and I hope that whoever's watching this finds it helpful in some shape or form. Everybody's journey is different, and I wanted to share mine, just in case, you know, you find something that resonates with you. So I think I will finish this by saying, if you would like more content like this, I'd be happy to do it. But please like, subscribe, and comment your little hearts out, because I would love to hear from all of you. In the meantime, my sign-off will always be kind to those around you, but especially be kind to yourself.